If you've come across StrataX Development and you're wondering what we do, how it works, and why it matters right now, this video is going to walk you through everything step by step, because California real estate is going through one of the biggest shifts we've seen in years. And most people still don't fully understand what's happening. My name is David Simmons, and I'm the founder of StrataX Development. We're a Silicon Valley-based real estate development company focused on unlocking hidden value in residential properties. And what I mean by that is simple. Most people look at a property and see one house. We look at that same property and ask a completely different set of questions. Can we add units? Can we split the lot? Can we create multiple exit strategies? Can we turn one property into multiple sellable assets? Because that's where real value is created. This isn't just about construction. It's about strategy. It's about understanding how to take something that already exists and transform it into something more valuable. Now, a big part of what's driving this shift right now in California comes down to two key things: SB9 and AB1033. SB9 allows property owners to split their lots and add additional units. So instead of one home on one lot, you now have the ability to create multiple units on that same property. But what makes things even more interesting is AB1033. AB1033 opens the door for ADUs, accessory dwelling units, to potentially be sold separately as condos. And when you combine SB9 with AB1033, that's where things really start to change, because now you're not just adding units for rental income, you're creating multiple sellable assets on one property. And in markets like San Jose and throughout Silicon Valley, where property values are already high, this can dramatically increase the total value of a project. So instead of thinking about one house, you start thinking about multiple units, multiple exits, and multiple opportunities. And that's exactly how developers think. Now let's talk about how this actually works in the real world. Everything starts with identifying the right property. Not every property works for this strategy. We're looking for specific characteristics, things like lot size, layout, access, zoning, and what the city allows. For example, corner lots, properties with alley access, or larger backyards can create a huge advantage when it comes to development, because they give you more flexibility in how you design and position additional units. Once we identify a property that has potential, the next step is a full feasibility study. This is one of the most important parts of the entire process, because this is where we analyze everything: zoning regulations, setbacks, utility access, costs, potential resale value, and overall project viability. We're not guessing, we're making sure the deal actually makes sense before moving forward. After that, we design the optimal development strategy. How many units should be built? What's the best layout? What's the highest and best use of that property? And how do we maximize value? Because again, this isn't just about building more, it's about building smarter. Then comes execution, from planning and entitlements to construction to the final exit strategy. And depending on the project, that exit could look different. It could be selling individual units, it could be holding for long-term cash flow, or it could be a combination of both. Now let's talk about who we work with. At StrataX Development, we work with property owners who want to unlock more value from what they already have. We work with investors who are looking for new opportunities in California real estate. And we work with real estate professionals, agents, brokers, and wholesalers who bring us deals. Because one of the biggest opportunities right now is simply finding the right properties. There are deals out there every day that most people overlook. But when you understand this strategy, you start to see opportunities everywhere. And that's really the difference between the average person and a developer: perspective. Now, another important piece of this is timing. Not every city is moving at the same pace when it comes to adopting these laws. Some cities are more aggressive, some are still figuring it out, and part of what we do is stay on top of those changes, because being early in the right market can make a massive difference. We believe this shift, especially with AB1033, is one of the biggest opportunities in California real estate in years. And it's still early. Most people haven't caught on yet, which means there's a window of time right now to get ahead of it. That's why at StrataX, we're focused on being at the forefront of this movement, not just building projects, but building a long-term platform for development, creating opportunities, building relationships, and delivering real value. So whether you're a property owner, an investor, or someone who has access to deals, there's a real opportunity here. And if you want to learn more or see if your property or a deal you're looking at fits this model, go to www.strataxdev.com and schedule a call with us. We'd love to connect, because at the end of the day, the biggest opportunities in real estate aren't obvious. They're created.